My family tried to kick me out of my grandfather's will, and nobody expected what happened next. When my grandfather died, I wasn't surprised that my family was grieving. I was surprised by how happy they seemed. Grandpa had always been the richest person in the family. He lived in a sprawling estate, owned luxury cars, and loved reminding everyone that he planned to leave his fortune to whoever deserved it most. For years, he told me I was that person. We were close. I visited every week, helped around the house, listened to his stories, and spent countless afternoons with him in his library. Everyone knew it, and they hated it, especially when Grandpa started openly talking about leaving me the majority of his estate. The campaign against me started slowly. My cousins told him I only visited because of his money. My aunts claimed I laughed at him behind his back. My uncles insisted I was manipulating him because he was old. At first, Grandpa defended me. Then they kept pushing, month after month, year after year. They'd show up with fake concern, invent stories, twist innocent comments, and constantly whisper in his ear. By the time he was in his late 80s, he seemed different, suspicious, distant. The last time I visited, he barely spoke to me. A month later, he passed away. At the will reading, I finally understood why my family looked so pleased. The lawyer cleared his throat. My cousins received large portions, my aunts received large portions, my uncles received large portions. The mansion, the cars, the accounts, the properties. Everything was divided among them. Then my name came up. I was left a token amount that barely covered a few months of rent. The room filled with barely concealed smiles. One cousin actually laughed. Another said, "Guess Grandpa figured out who really cared about him." It was obvious what had happened. They had spent years poisoning him against me until he changed the will. I wanted to argue, to fight, to expose them. Instead, I asked a simple question. Can I at least have the blue vase from the library? Everyone stared. The vase? Seriously? After all this, that's what you want? I nodded. It reminded me of the afternoons Grandpa and I spent together. Nothing more. The family happily agreed. They thought they had won. I carried the vase home. For several weeks, they celebrated their victory. Then, everything collapsed. The mansion wasn't really theirs. Neither were the cars, or the properties, or the accounts. Creditors started appearing. Banks started foreclosing. Assets were frozen. Vehicles were repossessed. The truth came out during the legal chaos. My grandfather had secretly developed a massive gambling addiction years earlier. The fortune everyone thought existed had been destroyed. He had borrowed against nearly everything he owned, trying to recover his losses. There was no fortune, only debt. The inheritance my family had schemed for became a financial disaster. Relatives blamed each other. Lawsuits erupted. Family members stopped speaking. Some were forced to sell their homes to deal with legal expenses tied to the estate. And then came the final surprise. I decided to have the vase examined before putting it on display. The appraiser's eyes widened immediately. It wasn't an ordinary vase. It was an exceptionally rare antique, documented provenance, and enormous collector demand. Estimated value, over $300,000. I was speechless, but the biggest shock came when the appraiser discovered a hidden compartment inside the base. Folded within it was a handwritten note from Grandpa. It read, "I knew what they were doing." My hands started shaking. The note continued, "I let them think they changed my mind. I wanted to see what they valued when they thought I was gone." Then one final line, "You asked for the only thing you ever cared about. They asked for everything else." While my relatives fought over debts, foreclosure notices, and legal bills, I sold the vase, secured my future, and walked away. They spent years trying to remove me from Grandpa's inheritance. In the end, they succeeded. They inherited exactly what they deserved.